Now we are more than halfway through this anime season of summer 2023. And I gotta say, we have a packed list of good stuff that I need to talk about. So, since the season's wrapping up, might as well give you guys a little must watch. And a must watch I had to highly recommend is something you guys are probably already watching, but just in case, Reign of the Seven Spellblades. This definitely is the Japanese Harry Potter. I know the fan base themselves, I've been seeing online, they can't stand to call them Japanese Harry Potter, but that's pretty much what you are. And that's not a bad thing. The world of Harry Potter has always been interesting, fascinating to look at, the lore, the academy itself, Hogwarts, and even when you look at the other schools, it's been amazing. Heck, just look at the Wizard game that came out that became a huge success. This itself is amazing as well. Now, if it was more child friendly, would it become more popular? Probably. But the way it is now, it feels truly respectful. And I love it so much. Reign of the Seven Spellblades. Okay, this anime is pretty much about six main characters. But one of the true main ones is Oliver. They are a group of first years starting their first year at this school, this academy, and they do wizardry completely different. They do cast spells, and some of them are fully aware of spells. Some of them are just walking in not knowing what to do or what to cast. And each one has their own goals, ambitions, and even backstory of who they are. And of course, their personalities. And Oliver, even though is the main character, he personally doesn't outshine everyone in the cast. Thankfully. Where most of the times I feel like it was always about Harry all the time in Harry Potter. Of course, it's called Harry Potter, but with this, you stick with your friends, not just you know, his two best friends like Harry does. No, you have five good friends you're hanging around, and one of them you can rely on when it comes to getting around the academy, knowing stuff, and the other one you can rely on when it comes to having your back when it comes to battle, because they're really that good. So let's talk about some of the characters. Oliver is, of course, the main character, the leader of the group, but he isn't that self-insert, boring character. He has his own goals, his own ambitions of what he wants to do at the academy. I don't want to spoil everything. I know he's there for a certain reason, and he is the big brother of the group. He'll try to teach the other people in his group what to do or what not to do, and even guide them on certain things of life as well. Teach them some things. And of course, even though he is the big brother, as most big brothers, they will too get themselves into trouble when it comes to defending their their friends, their little siblings. If it's time to step up, you gotta step up. That's all I'm saying. Now, one of my favorite characters is a character that doesn't do much action, but I like her because of her maturity and wit. And that is Michelle. Michelle is definitely my favorite because she is the big sister of the group. Now, she is the most common, knowledgeable one of them all. She is the level-headed one, where she does never get into trouble, but she will have if she has to. And she seems to be very knowledgeable. She likes to teach everyone in her group how to do certain things and even wait a certain time to help you until you learn to get the lesson out the way yourself. She is very, very reliable as a person. She seems to know everything and everyone that goes on in that school. So she's just amazing. Of course, everyone's personal favorite character, Nano, is the Japanese one, the foreigner girl, where the girl who's lived life as a samurai, as a warrior. She was always expected to die by the blade, but by a very splendid opponent. And she has an obsession with Oliver. Same thing as Oliver in a way is slowly starting to have a obsession with them. These two, for some reason, when they first start fighting, have this weird feeling where they want to fight to the death, even though it's a regular sparring match. And they just have this connection, whether it's through battle or through fighting each other or fighting together. They have this bond where it's just, they don't even say anything, they just want to do things. However, Nao's ways are twisted in Oliver's ways, where he doesn't want her to just throw her life away for the sake of battle or to go into danger all the time without thinking, for her to cherish her life. And I guess she does, but as a samurai, that's what she is. She's not that good of magic, but when it comes to sword techniques, she is down by. She got it to the T, man. That's all I'm saying. She's amazing. Now, speaking of swords, most of them at this academy use something very smart. Instead of using just wands, they learn that sometimes they'll fight people or creatures that will attack them so fast that they don't have time to cast their spells. So they use swords. They use swords to defend themselves, just in case they have time to cast their spells, or they're not good at spell casting. They can use their swords to enhance it with mana and magic, so that way they can fight. That makes a lot of sense, because you don't want to go through the gun route or anything like that. Who knows what time period this is? But I'm saying it's not the time when guns were really that popular or being manufactured just yet. It was probably around that time, I'm guessing. Because looking at Naho's past, where she was fighting as a samurai, I'm guessing she is way back then. So, anyways, swords was a brilliant idea to use. You use it for defense and offense, just in case. And each sword is different. One sword, I guess I'll call them. Each one is different. Nano's is very long, samurai katana-like. Some are daggers, some are blades. Completely different from each one. So, determine on how you want to fight, you will be given a different sword, just in case, which is a smart idea. Now, on to the list. We also got Pete. Pete is a boy who is the bookworm boy. He's very smart. He's knowledgeable, but you can tell he's a new blood. You can tell he's the newbie, the noob of the group, because he's very, he's knowledgeable, but he's very lacking experience when it comes to certain things. So, he's knowledgeable, he's not aware of certain things that goes on at the school. So therefore, it takes Oliver, mainly Oliver, to help him out, to teach him what to do. He also has his own self-discovery in recent episodes, which I'm not going to spoilers in, but the way they handled it was just nice. And even right now, he's going through his own development arc too. So that's nice. Finally, well, not finally, Katie. Katie is the little sunshine, the little sister of the group. She is the activist. She is an eco-friendly, loving, animal-loving kind of person. She loves all animals, even demi-humans. She wants as many animals as she can. And the thing about Katie is that she is the one, as well as Pete, those two are the ones that are always being bullied in school because they're small, they're inexperienced, they're naive, so they get bullied a lot. Especially Katie. My goodness, this sucks because Katie's so adorable. Yet so many people just want to bully her. But luckily for her, she got 3 big siblings that are willing to fight for her. Like one recent episodes where they're just making fun of her, they just went in and just beat them up, and they got sent to the dungeon. And instead of feeling sorry about themselves, they're like, "Yo, man, I broke this one guy's nose. I punched this guy's eye out, man." They're just bragging about their feats, what they did defending their little sibling. It's nice. And finally, there's the one dude I don't know much about because he doesn't shine a lot, but he's the the bro, the tough guy of the group. And he's also a newbie, but he can take care of himself when it comes to defense. And knowing from a little what we know from him is that he's from the countryside, so he knows how to deal with certain life aspects and eco environments as well. That's his specialty. Now, his entire crew cast, I love their chemistry. It's really nice. They really do feel like not just friends, but they could have been part of a family. I love the chemistry between these 6 characters. It's so nice. And even the characters outside of this group are nice, whether they're villains, rivals, bullies, other allies. It's just nice. Even the rivals or bullies sometimes have their reasons. Some bullies are just bullies, and others are there just to help their inferiority complex. in a way. And even then, at the end of the day, they have some sort of respect. So it's not just this two-dimensional characters you always get in these kind of animes. So thank goodness. You can have other factions and groups, some that do their stuff in secret, some that just travel around. It's amazing. And even the classes are, of course, like Harry Potter, the dealing with creatures, the fighting, the casting spells, the history lessons. It's all there, the weird professors and everything. And then, of course, there's the main thing I like to talk about, the labyrinth. The labyrinth, man. You go into the labyrinth, man, you're on your own. You better go with a buddy or someone, better yet, who's better experienced. Because if you go in the labyrinth by yourself, you're more likely to die. Not only you'll run into very higher grade students who will murk you just for the fun of it if they can get away with it. You run into creatures, you can get trapped by fairies, traps, anything, man. It's on the table. So people have died in this show. In fact, there's a thing where students are having their own little Coliseum hunt that went completely wrong, and tons of students just died, man. So apparently, you can die at this camp. Well, anyone can die at any school, but this one, you can just die by another student, by a creature, and I guess it's on you, man. Imagine you send your kid to the academy, hoping to do great things. You get a letter saying, "I'm sorry, your child has been killed, eaten alive by these creatures. Your child's body was found decomposed, or his head lopped off." Whatever. It's just crazy about this. Man, like, dang, this school is dangerous. You thought Hogwarts was dangerous. Hogwarts is dangerous because you have people doing things behind the shadows all the time. So you're likely to be safe because you're only hunting down certain people. This school, man, you can just be walking down the highway and the labyrinth will activate and you'll just be trapped and no one could find you, or some student just come just like kill you off, or a creature. It's nuts, But I love it, But the school itself has its own atmosphere. Even when it comes to the broom riding, they didn't really focus much on the broom riding, which kind of sucks. But the brooms here are not really brooms. They're um, enchanted magical objects that just fly around. They really have a will of their own. They're sentient and stuff. So you can't just pick up any broom and just start flying. No, you can only get these here and you train them and stuff like that. They have to like you in order for them to let you ride them. And it's a very, very interesting concept that is like, wow, this is genius. Now, this has been wonderful so far. I enjoyed it. I'm hoping we'll get a season two. Because season one is just not enough. I need more. I'm gonna find these light novels. I'm gonna read them. Hopefully, they get some figurines. Um, this is an amazing series, man. I can't stop talking about it. It's something I look forward to every Friday. It comes out every Friday where I'm from, anyways. And I enjoy seeing what happens next, even if they're not even focused on the main plot. If they're just doing their thing in the academy, man, just hanging out, defending each other, getting the duels, traveling around, doing classes. If it was just that, if it was just that, man, I would have been okay. It would have been amazing just to watch that. But there is a plot that's happening between one of the characters, of course, Oliver. But yeah, that being said, I love it. This is definitely a must-watch, people. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the background on anime. Signing out.